Hey, good morning from the office, folks. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. Out of my ear. There you go. Thank you. Good morning there. There are all the ways you can reach us, 706-889-9700. The email's chief@fetchernews.com. It is 67 degrees in LJ, 8:01 in the morning. Now, Kevin has regroup. DJ has what we call the show phone, 706-889-9700. He will have that during every show now, and to make sure we keep up with it. So if you want to text. If you want to make any comments, make them. If you want to call, say, hey, DJ, tell him he's crazy. Call and tell him. So don't hesitate to do that, folks. Now, starting out this morning, I want to talk about something. I get up, not to big recap, it's 9/12, okay? So we talked about 2 days ago, we talked about the 9/10, the day before. We talked about what it was like that morning, that day, for those people may have been like, unsuspecting that 3,000 Americans were going to die the next day. We talked about yesterday, we say never forget. That's interesting to me. And I'll tell you what, I love everybody that went on social media, hashtag never forget. You put your pictures up, never forget. You went on there and put pictures of the World Trade Center when, years ago when you had an opportunity to visit, never forget. I get it, all right? Good, great. Just something about, I think we are forgetting. That's all I'm saying. We won't go into that. Now we're 9/12. We're the day after. We are the day after the attack. We don't know what happened as Americans. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if it's the next attack. Some of us have gone into the shelters. No joke. Some of us have. We're rethinking our plans. We don't know if we want to go open the office, not open the office. We don't know if we're going to follow through with the new business that we've committed to start. I personally will tell you, on September 12th, I was discussing should I continue to move forward with my plans to open a business here in North Georgia. I think, just off the top of my head, I already had 3 months in. I'd already bought some equipment, and I don't mean just like a fax machine. I'm talking about $30-some thousand equipment. I've already ordered a truck. There were some things that I'd signed a long-term lease, and I was getting up today. I don't know about you, on September 12th. It's saying, do I go open the business? Do I stay home a couple days, see what happens? So just remember, when we say never forget, try to replay 9/12. As much as the shock of 9/11, but try to replay 9/12 after you connected with your family and you got to talking to your friends and everything on 9/12. What did you do? So we'll leave that there. Okay, I want to get into John Bolton, all right? And I don't have pictures of Rice and Hillary Clinton, but give me, let's go with, all right, wait a minute, let me get this straight so I don't confuse myself and the director. I want to go a certain direction here on this, okay? So let's go number 40. We're going to talk about John Bolton. Now, all of a sudden, John Bolton is a hero to the left, and he's going to tell all. So let's go with number 40 there. Trump calls Bolton not smart in handling North Korea. Okay, well, wait a minute. We've talked about it on the show. Let's go to 41. This is Joe, okay? John Bolton and the Libyan model, okay? Because yesterday you heard the president talk about the Libyan model, and John's not very smart, and they had to get John out of the North Korean talks, okay, with Kim Jong-un. Just think about it, okay? And I understand there's a lot back and forth concerning Pence, Bolton, and the Taliban that were going to possibly visit Camp David here a couple days ago. So let's stay on the Libyan model, okay? Because that's what you're going to hear all day long out of the left. Now I'm going to go. Yes, there's a debate tonight, and we will get into that. Yes, they're talking about Yang and what he's going to do. That's all exciting tonight. So let's go to. Let's walk our way down a little bit. Number 29. There's discussion that this is CNN is reporting. Administration considering replacing Bolton with Pompeo, who would also remain Secretary of State. Okay. Now, there's a lot of days for you out there that I duplicate stories and pictures, but I do it from different networks so you can see they're all running and driving on the same highway. Nobody in the deep state, hashtag deep state, corporate corrupt media, nobody ever Googles an alternative route to get somewhere. They all take the same route every morning in their news cycle. So here is CNN is saying Pompeo may be National Security Advisor and Secretary of State. The last time that happened was Nixon and Kissinger. And the last time Nixon and Kissinger were together, Nixon resigned and left on the eve of impeachment vote or whatever, right? Interesting putting that together. So, number 28, Pompeo said, I will have my say. So, number 28, Bolton there, the mustache, former National Security Advisor. He heard everything that President Trump said in the Oval Office yesterday about him. He's a tough guy in the Libyan model. And he says, I'll have my say in due course, okay? So we're waiting due course. Maybe a month before the election. You never know what I'll do. So he is waiting to get his say. Number 27. Okay, we're going to talk about the Libyan model, okay? Because that's what you're going to hear today. And Bolton said we need to use the Libyan model with North Korea. And the little dictator said, oh, no, Libyan model. It no work out too good. However they say that in broken English. Anyhow, number 27. Trump blasts Mr. Tough Guy, John Bolton. He's a tough guy. He got us into Iraq, $7 trillion. All right, there you go. So let's keep this rolling just a little bit. Now we flip over to some of the CNN bylines of the morning. We'll talk about the Libyan model in just a second. Number 25, CNN reporting Mike Pompeo. Trump considers dual role for Pompeo. Interesting. Hey, I got one. What about General Flynn? What about pardoning General Flynn, Mr. President, wiping everything clean, making him National Security Advisor? There's just a thought. So there's CNN's take. Okay. So let's keep going down here. We'll get it in just a minute. Got a lot to go through. Let's go to MSNBC Political, a headline of Politico, number 18. Pull me up number 18, please. Mr. Tough Guy. Trump delivers vicious takedown of Bolton. Mr. Tough Guy. Number 17, MSNBC, the Libyan model, number 17 there. Trump blasts Mr. Tough Guy, John Bolton. So now I understand these are the same networks. You can see it's what I do there. It's 5 a.m. in the morning, okay? 5 a.m. It's called early start. Now I watch CNN at 4 a.m. and I watch MSNBC at 5 a.m. I put this up for a reason. The tag in the middle, the time stamp is 5 a.m., meaning this is the first thing, very first thing they all had to talk about this morning is Trump blasts Mr. Tough Guy, John Bolton. Now, they did not talk about the historic number of judges that Trump has appointed and has confirmed to the bench. That just misses them, right? But they do have one judicial nominee that they're giving hell. Now, they're blasting that guy. We'll get to that in a minute. So, We'll get to e-cigarettes. Just chill. We'll get there in just a minute. We'll get to asylum. We'll get to the debate tonight. All right. So the Libyan model. Now, we went over to Muammar Gaddafi, okay? He was the general, president, dictator. Give me number 4. So we went over to Libya, and he's got this nice, he's got some oil we can make a deal on. Muammar there. He's got number 4, please. He's got, thank you, bud. He's got Muammar there. He is the general. He is the, he put all kinds of, every time he woke up in the morning and he got, oh my God, I finished my Rice Krispies. Somebody get me a medal for that. Oh, there you go. He is the original Captain Crunch right there. Anyhow, but this guy, we Americans, maybe Bolton was around? We never know. We went into Libya. We sit down with Muammar Gaddafi there. We said, you remember when Ronald Reagan shook his ass up with some bombs? Anyhow, so we go in and we say, all right, here's the deal. You're going to de-nuke. All right, so at this time, Libya is running along at the same pace North Korea is now. They are set for launch. They have a nuclear program. They are moving forward. They are the, when did this happen? In the 90s, I guess? I don't know. But they are the Iran and North Korea of today when it comes to nuclear talks. So we go in and we make a deal with them. We call it the Libyan model. And he allows inspectors. He breaks down. He dismantles all of his nukes. In return, just a real quick, not to get too deep, you can do the research today. In return, we're going to take care of the guy. I mean, if he eats a rack of ribs, we're going to throw him a new medal over there from the U.S. Rib eating champion. I don't know. Okay, you think I'm being silly, but seriously, we made a deal with this guy. You know what? We're going to give you trade. Okay, we're going to give you some loans from the World Bank, Trade Bank, or whatever it is, okay? We're going to give you some International Monetary Fund, IMF, okay? We're going to get you some loans. We're going to get your oil on the market. You got good oil. We're going to get it on the market. We're going to, start pumping some cash into your country. You don't kill nobody. You don't participate in terrorism, and you get your nukes out of the way, and, don't treat your people that bad. I don't know, okay? Whatever. So this is what we offered this guy. Number 5. Oh, this happens to be Gaddafi when he was drugged through the streets. All right? Yeah. This happens to be when they murdered him and drug him through the streets, his body, exactly. Drug him through the streets. This happened to be the guy. Well, we made a deal, right? Now, okay? So now I want to say this for a reason, because I want you to think about it. Now, let's go to number 2. This happens to be number 2, the Libyan Ambassador Stevens. Remember? Was it Scott Stevens? Anyhow, we'll get in a minute. This is Libyan Ambassador Stevens. Okay? Our ambassador. Right? Now, the Libyan model, right? Give me number 3. Oh, this happens to be Ambassador Stevens' dead body being drugged through the streets of Libya. Our ambassador. So, Muammar, right? He's alive, got all of his medals one day. Gaddafi, we made a deal. The next day, they're dragging him through the street. Now, there's a lot in that. There's a lot of what was going on in Libya I'm leaving out. I do agree with that. I do understand that. I've got the people that are arguing, well, you don't know what he was doing to his people, this, that, and the other. Okay, I got it. But the bottom line is, this is the visual take, okay? Gaddafi, hey, no more terrorism. We're going to put money into you. We're going to turn your economy around. We're going to really boom your country. You can't get involved in no more nukes. You got to dismantle, and we're going to get you some loans, all the above. So he goes for it. And he keeps his word. Gaddafi, Libya dismantled their nukes. They did. They went through. Now, what he was doing to his people or whatever you're going to start arguing with me, Gaddafi, let's go back to that really quick, DJ. Give me number 4, okay? This Gaddafi kept his word. In general, you can do the research, kept his word. Denuclearized, dismantled all his nukes. He cleaned up his act, all right? Got a new tent, big tent, for those of you who know him. Got him a big tent. Added a little bit to his harem there. Got a couple more girls in the harem. Married 5 more women. Whatever it took, he did it. Then he ended up number 5. Drove through the streets. So that was the deal. Now, not to be redundant, people were saying, all right, come on. Number 2, really quick, Ambassador Stevens, right? Our ambassador to Libya. You remember? He called and said he needed help. Help! 911, SOS, whatever. Save my damn ship. That's what ended up. 3. We had enough time to do it, right? He's drug through the streets. Well, let's not leave out number 1. Okay? Now, we're talking about a day. It's interesting the Libya model came up. We're talking about a day that there's all kinds of hashtag, never forget, and I'm with you. I'm with you. You will never be forgotten. Ambassador Chris Stevens, Navy SEAL, retired Navy SEAL Tyrone Woods, retired Navy SEAL Glenn Doherty, and diplomat Sean Smith. 4 Americans killed that day. Hillary Clinton was upset. She did not want to storm or use Marines with their uniforms on because it might upset the people. And then Susan Rice went on all 4 of the morning shows and lied to the world. Forget the American people from the entire world. Told the entire world lies on every single morning show. Okay? That it was a video that incited the riot that led to the death of these 4 Americans. So let me say this, okay? Let me find this one. I want one more, and then DJ, I'm going to take a quick break after this, get started on something else. But I want to find this. It won't take me but just a minute. Oh, maybe it's going to take me more than a minute. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Hang tight. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find this number in a second because I want to go back to the Libyan model that they're all talking about. John Bolton, Mr. Tough Guy. So I want to wrap this up, and I didn't bring it to that level, okay, to not wrap it up with what I want to do here on the Libyan model. Where's it at there? I know I got one that says Libyan model sooner or later. All right, well, forget it. Leave that up there. The Libyan model. So here's the bottom line. All right. How the Libyan model became a sticking point. This is from the New York Times and the North Korea nuclear talks, okay? May 16, 2018, when North Korea first threw the fate of the historic summit meeting with the United States into question last week, it cited 5 times the fate of another country and another leader half a world away as an example of why no one should trust America's efforts to disarm another nation. The country was Libya, and the leader was Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, el-Gaddafi, who made a bad bet that he could swap the nuclear program for economic integration with the West. That deal, executed by Bush administration nearly 15 years ago, is a footnote to American historians in an error. Okay? Now, First, Mr. Trump's new national security advisor, John Bolton, and then by Vice President Mike Pence, were enough to draw two threats of withdrawal from the talks by North Korea. So is Mike Pence the one that brought Bolton in? Did Mike Pence, Vice President Mike Pence, we're going to get off this. I want you to do a lot of homework today. Did Vice President Mike Pence go to President Trump and say, John Bolton should be our national secretary, national NSA, National Security Advisor? Did Mike Pence do that? Is Mike Pence affiliated with the warmongering global society that he wants to keep wars going? I don't know. Is he? I don't know. Why is Bolton and Pence, look it up, do some research, aligned on things? But the Libyan model, okay, it should have never been brought up. It should have never been said. It should have never been put in public. That's my personal opinion, because it didn't work out, okay? And if we're going to go around the world and we're going to sit down and we're going to use diplomacy, that's what the hell we always hear is diplomacy, 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 okay? And we're going to sit down with Kim Jong-un. Don't forget, Barack Hussein Obama, for you people that love him, he told Donald Trump in the Oval Office, 2 weeks before he took the office, what will keep you up at night is North Korea. We have done segment after segment after segment on the 24 years of failed policy in North Korea. 8 years of Bill Clinton, George Bush, Barack Obama. We have done that. Failed policy, okay? 24 years. So the bottom line is, Trump is trying to do anything to work with this little madman, period. He keeps lobbing rockets, period. But you know what? He's a little standoffish because, he's thinking, well, you got Mike Bolton over there. And if something happens to you tomorrow, Pence and Bolton are ready to clean my ass off the face of the earth. So we got to figure that out. It makes me a little nervous that Bolton's out there saying things like, and I'm hearing the Libyan model. That didn't work out too good. I don't want to be the next guy in the Libyan model. So remember this. Every time you hear Bolton, Libyan model, and us dealing with North Korea, the Libyan model ended with the disaster and the disgrace of the United States of America's Secretary of State, Hillary Rodham Clinton, lying, right? She was too busy to take care of our ambassador and handle the region because she was stealing money through the Clinton Foundation off of our plane all around the world, stopping and picking up the cash bags. She couldn't keep an eye on the place. So end the discussion. You can research it all day long. You tell me I'm wrong. But I'll tell you this. Here's the bottom line. The Libyan model, it ended. It ended with what? Hillary Rodham Clinton in the Secretary of State's position. Yeah, and Susan Rice, National Security Advisor on TV. Take those apples, okay? So Bolton is out. What the hell? I don't care. Let's move along, and we'll do it right after these messages. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
The summer truck event is here at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. So come get a payload of savings on Georgia's favorite trucks, like over $11,000 off new Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,000 off Colorado crew cabs. Every Chevy truck and SUV is discounted for this special event. Don't miss out. The summer truck event at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Do me a favor, come out of my ear. It's the only thing we got to remember to do. Thank you. It's, you know, and I say this jokingly, we've got one button that you got to remember to come out of my ear when I come back. And I think I already told you, DJ, I've got enough voices in my head already. I don't need any new ones, right? Don't need any new extra voices in this head, right? Okay, there's a way you can. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. 68 degrees here in LJ, Georgia. And there's the phone number and the email address. You can get in touch with this show, and there are the social media ways you can follow us. All right, so we talked about, you know, John Bolton, the mustache, and obviously right now, Trump knows what he's doing. He goes to the Oval Office. He calls him a tough guy. Says we spent $7 trillion on a war in Iraq. He got us into that war. I tell you what, if you would take the time, and if you don't think Trump is serious about draining the swamp, because there's been some people, I want you to think about this, and I don't want to get too deep into this, but I want you to think about this. There's people that Trump has brought into the administration. Now, Joe Scarborough does not like it when people say Trump's playing checkers and everybody else is, Trump's playing chess and everybody else is playing checkers, or three-dimensional chess Trump's playing. I do think he is, and I do not think he's all the above dumb and chaotic and all this and that, and Trump's personality, and Bolton saying, well, in due time, I'll let you know what kind of guy Trump really is. I I believe it to a little bit that Trump gets out there because, you know, they can tell you around the shop here, right? I get out there from time to time, so I got it. But I really think when it comes to the swamp, there's many of you that he has appointed several people into positions that we can't quite get our head around. We can't figure it out. Don't know exactly why he brought this one in. Don't know why. But watch as they leave, okay? You could not figure out exactly why he brought H.R. McMaster in. A lot of talk. H.R. McMaster came in, a lot of talk. But then he left. Oh my God, chaotic White House, the only voice of reason's leaving. What did Trump learn from the swamp before he kicked them, the swamp creatures, before he kicked them back out into the swamp? John Bolton. Now, I keep saying we don't have time. We don't. I only have 2 hours a day. All right? Period. But when it comes to John Bolton and the warmongers that always want to keep a war going, always, the Rothschilds, oh my God, I should have never went there, right? But always want to keep a war going so we can always build planes and always build missiles and always build to launch next aircraft carriers, well, you name it, right? Kill our kids. I mean, hey, they're part of the, you know, let me tell you something. I know, I guess some people are going to get angry, but our kids are part of the war budget. And part of the casualty to the global warmongers that get in that big room that you could picture with the big cigars and sit around the table, your kids are just a casualty of them doing business. I know you didn't like it, but there you go. That all being said, and I say that all too many times, think about Bolton coming in. Think about Bolton. When you heard John Bolton was coming in, I got messages, I don't know about that, right? Think about the people Trump brings into the administration. And then think about the fact that as soon as they leave, Trump actually has no fear whatsoever of, boom, lowering a boom. I mean, Bolton's gone 24, not even 24 hours. He's in the Oval Office. Hey, he's a tough guy. He's a tough guy. He's a tough guy. All right, tough guy. Good for him. Got us in Iraq, $7 trillion. What a tough guy. The Libyan model. Couldn't keep his damn mouth shut, you know. I'm trying to work. I had to send him like somewhere else. Like, you go somewhere else. I got to work on this. Tough guy, real tough guy, all right? He's not very bright. This guy's not very bright. Trump has no fear of going all in. Knowing, you think Trump, you got a choice. And I'm getting sidetracked here, so I got to get back. DJ, and focus. But I'm thinking about it. You have a choice. You can go one way and think Trump is just dumb as hell. Okay? I'm serious. He's just dumb as all get out. He is as dumb, backward, chaotic as the media wants to portray him 7 days a week. Or you can go this way and say, this guy's got it going on. Because you do not trust me, you do not and look at all these cameras and reporters and blast Bolton if Bolton's able to come out the next day and say, you like to eat, ice cream, in Scooby-Doo pajamas. I don't know. I mean, you always think I'm silly, but I'm thinking, here's a guy that could probably say, I know something. Trump doesn't care. Just keep that in mind. All right, moving right along. New York Times, right? Business leaders call on Congress to act on gun violence. 145 companies. We're going to talk about that. But when I say first, I want to go to this because the election's coming up. There is a surprising statement, right? So let's talk about tonight's debate a minute. We need to get to the asylum, the Supreme Court, what they did. We need to get to that. But let's talk about tonight's election. So let's see here. Let's go with this. Number 11. All right, debate, election, debate, the Democrat debate tonight. Okay. So at 1 a.m., CNN, at 1 a.m. Pacific time. So guess what? Right out of box, 4 a.m. I'm sitting there at 4 a.m. I got to find something else to do at 4 a.m. But at 4 a.m., right out of the box, right? Line up for tonight's Democratic debate. That was CNN there, boy. Third Democratic debate tonight on ABC. ABC put out a warning. You know, look, we're not going to have a time delay, so O'Rourke, keep your F-ups and all your, foul language, to yourself, okay? So Yang is going to dance nude. He's going to jump out from behind. Wait a minute. I don't know, but he's got a big announcement. He says he's going to do something that's never been done. So I think what Yang's going to do, right? Here's what I think. I think he's going to jump out from behind the podium. He's going to have one of those stripper costumes on, where he's got the suit and he can just go like this and it's gone. And he's going to start shaking $1,000 all over his body and saying, "This could be yours." This is how crazy the damn Democrats are. Don't look at me, okay? Yang said if elected, he's giving everybody in the United States $1,000 a month. So I think he's going to show his grand off. That's pretty good. I write my own material. All right, so he's going to show his $100,000 bar. That went too far. Okay, good. It should have stopped when I was ahead. All right, so we're going to go here. So let's stay with the election, okay? Let's stay with the election. Now we go over to MSNBC, number 16. Same setup here, but, a little different graphic, but they're all excited. 2020 Democrats set to face off in the third debate. Now, Amy, let's go one at a time. Amy Klobuchar, don't yell back at the camera, because I actually can feel it at times, all right? Amy Klobuchar, okay, from Minnesota, I actually like. Oh my God, did you hear her say this? Yeah. Do you know how liberal she is? Yeah, I got it. I actually like her. She keeps trying to sell herself as the moderate, which there's not one person in this 10, not one candidate out of 10 that I feel should be president of the United States and I'm comfortable with. But kind of like Amy, I would say after this debate, maybe she drops off. Now, Cory Booker, as you've heard multiple times, the only black candidate, not Carmel. Now, I call her Carmel, Kamala Harris, but her caramel-colored skin. Okay, not one other candidate, only black candidate. Their last president was half black, okay? He was a coffee creamer, all right? Cory Booker, so there we are. So, only black candidate, senator from New Jersey, which I think allegedly, I think he's gay. I think, sources say, I don't know, but I can't understand why the dude just don't come right out of the box and say, look, I'm gay like Buttigieg, but I'm single. Check my profile out. Whatever. Okay, so he may be gone after tonight. Now there's Pete Buttigieg. Okay? I call him Peter Pan Buttigieg. Okay? And I call his wife Buttigieg, Judge. All right, don't have humor at these times. Peter Pan and his wife, Tinkerbell, I call it, okay? Let me get back up here. So now there's a lot of talk on the amount of money. Now he's only polling 2, 4, 6%, okay? He is gay candidate, let's be serious, from Mayor South Bend, Indiana. And the black SUV rolled up and said, hey, Mayor Pete, get in. They took a ride, said, you can't be president now, but we're going to get you ready for like 8 years from now because we want things to go a certain direction. But Mayor Pete has the money. Now, let me say this, and I know as controversial as it gets, okay? Mayor Pete has a whole lot of money. Where did Mayor Pete get a whole lot of money from if he's only polling 2, 4, and 6? You remember the bulk of his money that he got at campaign contributions, okay, came when he was only polling at 2%. So Pete has the money. He doesn't have the backing yet, but he has the money to buy backing or buy supporters. He is setting up ground games. So Pete's not gone yet. That little gay guy's a sneaky little dude. He's not gone yet. He's got $20 big million, okay? So here's the deal. Where do you get all that money? Well, every gay person, lesbian, or, transgender or whatever you are, if everybody in America sent him $100, he'd have millions of dollars. That's where his money came from. So the LGBT community is really pushing the money in that guy's campaign. So he's not gone yet. He's still there. He's got the money. He's building a ground game. You better be careful. They talk about, now I'm not predicting anything on Peter Pan Buttigieg there, but they talk about Elizabeth Warren and how she has risen in the polls and she's neck and neck. Don't count this guy out, because this guy's got enough money to go into New Hampshire, pick 2 states. He could pick 3 states right now. He's trying to figure out, he was on the Breakfast Club the other day, how to get some black vote, but he can go in Iowa, and obviously Iowa, you don't need the black vote. Interesting. Go to New Hampshire, won't have a big need for black vote. It won't be till South Carolina. But if he can pull off a New Hampshire and Iowa upset, now let's think it out. He could be big enough to start a little roll. Yeah. So let's get away from him. Let's go to the other end before we get to the center, and there's Julian Castro that has just thrown any piece of feces against the wall. He is one of them that's thrown any little bit of feces against the wall to see if it sticks. He's like, I shouldn't do that. All right, no, I'm going to do it anyway, because everybody, I'm already labeled a racist, so how can we take that away, right? So Julian Castro's like the monkey you like for a little bit, and then all of a sudden he grabs something from his butt and throws it at you. I know. But hey, I like to say things like that. Like you're thinking, you're okay, you're not a bad guy. Next thing you know, boom, I'm going to protect transgender males' rights to have an abortion. Well, man, I got to go home and figure that one out, okay? So he is this weird, he wants to decriminalize the border, decriminalize it, period. You come across the border, no criminal charges. All right. So let's move over. He's gone. He should be gone after tonight. Francis O'Rourke, a foul-mouthed, arrogant, jackass little punk kid, okay, that the media turned into a rock star in Texas and led the people of the nation in Texas to believe that this was just a rational, smart young man that deserved to be a senator. And they did everything to create this candidate. This candidate is 100% created by the deep state corporate corrupt media. Now they don't know what to do with him, because if you remember, Francis started out as the golden boy. I mean, they started out first 2 weeks with this guy. His fundraising was up. His polling numbers was up. Why, thank God, every one of them were salivating. Chuck Todd, every one of them on MSNBC. What's his name? Felt the thrill go up his leg. Everything. And then they were like, I don't think we can take this national. So I think he's out pretty soon. Andrew Yang said he was going to do something tonight in the debate. Something outrageous. Something, it was going to be shocking. So we're just going to have to see. Now, again, going from Amy Klobuchar to Andrew Yang, I would like to sit down and speak with Andrew Yang, because I don't think you can grow the economy from the bottom up. I don't, okay? And I understand the argument that people have on trickle down, all right? Now, if you have a true capitalist system, and I say true, where the government's not tweaking certain sectors of, like, if we get rid of the Walmart, okay, corporate welfare, okay, and the market will bear, okay, what's needed for people in America to survive, instead of corporate welfare, we'll see a difference. So I believe trickle-down economics works from the top if we change corporate welfare and make it work properly. I'll leave it alone. I want to say a couple things. I'm stuttering over them. I shouldn't. So Yang wants to give everybody in America $1,000, okay, every month. And then he wants to talk about the automation and what's going to happen. All right. Now, we're talking about a guy, me, all right, that I've always said the interstates have a medium, and we've already cleared land on the interstate highways, and I do not understand why we can't get a tractor trailer system to swerve over in a medium and lock in to a high-speed rail if you're going from here to California, whatever, where you have no need. Now, I was just thinking, to have to get in that traffic. But there's things like that, not particularly that, but there's things that they're working on for automation that's going to change drastically in the next 25 years. Yang talks about that. So I would like to sit down and talk to Yang, but he's probably out after tonight, maybe. Kamala Harris punched Joe Biden in the chops, gave him a black eye one night, all right? The next, she came out the next day. She acted like, what's his name? Who was that on, who did Rocky fight? What was his name? What was the first guy, the first Rocky movie? Yeah, Apollo Creed. All right, there you go. Now let me get my roll. So Kamala Harris punches Joe, because Joe's a former boxer, right? So Kamala Harris punches Joe Biden in the chops that night, comes out like Apollo Creed the next day, goes on all the networks. She's wearing a red, white, and blue boxing gloves and hat, and she kicked Joe's ass. Joe didn't get a rematch, but Joe called somebody, Gabby Gifford. Is that not Gabby Gifford? The lady from Hawaii. Gabbard. Senator Gabbard or whatever. But he calls her, What's her name? Yes, thank you. Tulsi Gabbard. He calls Tulsi Gabbard, and he says, hey, we need to kick her ass. So she shows up. I don't want to hit her. She's a woman. So Tulsi Gabbard shows up and may be the vice presidential nominee, maybe, because she beat Kamala Harris's ass in the next debate. And then next thing you know, Kamala's way down in the polls because she couldn't stick with it. And the only memorable thing for me, that's one, and the second memorable thing for me with her is, on the Breakfast Club, she was smoking doobies with Snoop Dogg, listening to Tupac or something, whatever, in college. So she's gone, all right? Now we have the three, and I want to get off this, all right, and I know you do. Bernie Sanders will not be allowed to be the Democrat nominee, period. It's done. It's over. Bernie's writing a book. Bernie will end here after the primaries, okay? And when he ends after the primary, they will give him a great big speaking position like Hillary did at the National Democratic Convention. And then after that, he will go write his book and put a couple more mil in the bank, and then he'll have his campaign fund, and he'll just head up there to Vermont and sit on the front porch and eat pancakes and maple syrup. I don't know what that Jew is going to do when he gets done, but they're not going to let him be in. But I'm going somewhere with this. Biden is the anointed one, but he's having trouble. Biden needs all these other people to fall off, and Elizabeth Warren is the progressive that wants to take down Wall Street. So before we get into too far, Pocahontas, Sleepy Joe, and Crazy Bernie, I want you to focus on that three, okay? And the possibility that the Democrats have three, maybe four, but three people that could split their delegates to a point that they can go to a floor fight at the convention. Now, remember, and I'll get away from this subject, remember at this time in 2016, before 2015, when every single day the media was coming out and they were talking about a convention floor fight. And they were talking about Ted Cruz going through and, grabbing the delegates and cutting deals, and they would go and they would flip at the convention. They did everything. Yeah, Paul Manafort's in prison for it. So Trump has to bring in Paul Manafort, because Paul Manafort, and you can do the research, I'll tell you this, he was good at hold on a second. Okay. Paul Manafort was good at, no, that's not fair. No, it's not fair. Going back with Reagan, Paul Manafort was good I just lost my train of thought. I got my train back. He was good at getting delegates together at the convention. He was very good. He worked for Ronald Reagan, right? He was very good at going to the convention, putting the delegates together, going in all the delegate rooms of each state, getting everybody and making it happen. So Trump hired him and said, look, go to the convention, get all my delegates together, make sure there's no, what was I going to say? Anyhow, that there's no coup here at the Republican National Convention. There was going to be a coup. Remember all that talk? All right, I'll get past the stutter. Every bit of that talk, okay, with the Republicans. Not one word about Democrats. Not one word. Wait till the voting starts. They don't even bring up the scenario. Now, you would say, well, there's not even been a vote. How can you have that discussion? I'm telling you right now, if this was Republicans, they would be going crazy. They would pound in your head trying to pick the candidates for you, which they're doing here also. But they would be right now talking about those three front runners that possibly could split the delegates to a point, okay, of a floor fight on the convention. Now, I don't know why I went there. We got so much others to do. We're going to take a break. We're going to talk about Facebook telling you every time. I'm going to tell you, we're going to take this and we'll talk about Facebook telling you every time when the election comes about, all the positive news on Trump, they'll have a fake tag under it. Watch and see. I'll show you after this break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ella, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
The summer truck event is here at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. So come get a payload of savings on Georgia's favorite trucks, like over $11,000 off new Silverado crew cabs or more than $6,000 off Colorado crew cabs. Every Chevy truck and SUV is discounted for this special event. Don't miss out. The summer truck event at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We have talked, there's all the ways you can reach the show. We have talked about the mustache, Michael Bolton, in my ear. Out of my ear, please. There you go. So, we have talked about the mustache, Michael Bolton. We have talked about the contenders tonight. Okay. Now let's go a little more into the election that's upcoming here. And they're going to be breaking it down. But I want to show you something. There's a couple quick things I want to do. Number one, let's go to number 36. Sorry about that. Okay. Number 36. And what I want to do right there is I want to show you, this is a Franklin Pierce University Boston Herald, okay, poll, all right? 2020 New Hampshire Democrat primary. Now, this one came out, this is from September 4th to 10th, to September 10th. Sanders 29, Joe Biden 21, Elizabeth Warren 17. Okay. Now, Tulsi Gabbard is 3%, but she won't be on the debate stage tonight. In this poll, she's 3%, but she won't be on the debate stage. Now, that being said, in this poll, you don't even have, Francis or Booker didn't make this one above the 3%. But here's the thing. Every single day, there's not a day that comes by that they don't run some phony fake poll of everybody that can beat Trump. Tomorrow, they'll run a poll of how Elizabeth Warren is leading. And then the next day, they'll run a poll where Joe Biden is comfortable in his lead. And then, surprisingly, Bernie Sanders is leading here. The accuracy of these polls are non-existent. You need to just know that. There's no such thing as these polls being existent or correct. They're not. These polls are non-existent as far as accuracy. It's not there. Okay? Now, that being said, you got to be careful here, because every single day they're going to try to manipulate why Trump should not run. Every day, you got to get used to it. And I want to talk about it just for a minute. You have to understand every single day they're going to let you know why Trump should not even run. He should not even get out of bed. Now, number 7, okay? Number 7 is Trump's approval rating dips to 39%. Trump's approval rating dips to 39%. Interesting. Every single day they're going to do something to tell you that Trump shouldn't even run. Every single day they're going to come after him. Now, I have told you this before, and I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to move out of this subject for a reason. I want to get to some other things. Social media, all right? Now, what does Facebook, Google, Instagram, Twitter, what do they all have to do? They all have to make a promise that they will not let Trump get away with anything fake. Now, put up number 10, all right? And I know this individual, so I don't think he's going to be upset if he's watching or listens to the segment later. Okay, now that's a little scrunched. I understand what you did there, but if you look at the top, this is a Facebook post, all right? We can make it out. And the individual post, President Trump's job approval among Republicans, okay? 88% of Republicans approve, 10% disapprove. MSNBC, Trump maintains strong approval rating with GOP ahead of 2020. Now, this is an MSNBC headline. This is MSNBC saying Trump maintains strong approval rating with GOP ahead of 2020, right? 88% of Republicans are happy with the guy. So what's wrong with that? Why does Facebook have to get involved? Look right under there, okay? Related articles. Now, this is something that Facebook is doing, and they're going to almost every single thing you post where Trump's concerned. If you post positive job numbers, if you post anything positive about Donald J. Trump, this will happen, okay? Now, right underneath, this is the fact check. This is, you can see in the blue box, it says fact check, okay? And this is what Facebook, PolitiFact.com, half true. Trump inflates his support among GOP voters. All right? This is happening. So I believe it's true that higher than 88% of Republicans approve of Donald Trump. He has massive support with the Republican Party. But as soon as this was posted, if you don't think they're looking through your stuff, the very minute that this guy Mike posted this, Facebook has catchwords, the algorithm, okay? What was the catchword? No, I'm serious. This could be, what was the catchword? Trump? What was the catchword? Strong? What was the catchword? Approval rating? 2020? Ahead of 2020? So if you put 2020 in, I'm just telling you, I mean, I am not professing to know how every single thing works, but I will tell you this. The algorithm and the catchwords there, 2020, maybe Facebook has their computer set up every time 2020 comes up, it starts filtering down and then it scans it, says, "Oh man, we've got to put doubt." Every single thing will be on social media to put doubt. Because why? Look it up. Just Google. Most Americans now are getting their information from Facebook, social media. It's like our company, FetchYourNews.com. We have a social media director. And that's all they do is place our content all through social media. And then what happens after that? You click on it and you go to Fetch Your News, and then we get a report every month that tells us how many people are clicking on Fetch Your News from your phone, Facebook, your laptop, whatever. But they know that most Americans are scrolling Facebook and getting these articles. So look right underneath there, related articles. Trump inflates, half true. They think this Trump is the fact checked, it's half true. Trump inflates his support among GOP voters. Huh. Well, I don't know. Trump just, he just can't give us the facts on anything. That will happen. Get ready. They will lay doubt. If you think for 1 minute that they're not after the President of the United States, quickly give me number 37. Buttigieg and O'Rourke fight to reinvigorate their presidential campaigns. It will be a circus tonight. It's one and done tonight, possibly. So let's go to, see which one I want now. I hope I'm not ahead of the game here. I think we'll get to it just a second. Let's see here. I want to ask this question. Oh, tonight's debate. All right, one more with the election. Let's go to 35 here. Okay. I told you about Andrew Young. He's going to get out and shake his grand. What is Andrew Young's big Democrat debate surprise? Surprise! Surprise! That sounded more like Jim Neighbors on whatever. All right, what is Andrew Young's big Democrat surprise? We're going to find out. And tonight, he's got something. Yes, they're coming down on the old. Francis for foul language. They've already sent him a message. Okay, asylum. Let's get into the truth of the show, okay, where we like to tell the truth because it's going to be, they're going to find all the heartbreaking stories today, okay? Number 33. Supreme Court allows broad enforcement of asylum limits. So Trump was deranged, as we know. Let's go in here to number 34. Representative Nadler, the asylum ban. Statement on Supreme Court of the United States ruling on Trump's administration asylum ban. Didn't happen. Lives will be lost. Holy mackerel, Batman. Lives will be lost. This rule will result in those fleeing fear and persecution to be turned away at our doorstep and will only exacerbate the humanitarian crisis in the region. The United States can and must do something. This just validates on a daily basis what dumbasses these people are. This guy is just a pure dumbass, okay? Lives will be lost. Number 34. Go back to 33. The Supreme Court probably is really shaking this morning that Nadler, the bullfrog, enforcement of asylum limits, says, okay, Trump didn't do anything wrong here, okay? So let me see if I got any others right here I want to run through. beforehand. Hang on the aside because I want to get back. CNN there, CNN number 12. Supreme Court backs asylum restrictions. Restrictions, asylum restrictions. How about the law? Maybe, what if one day Trump just got up and he was actually saying we're going to follow the law, we're going to follow the rules? What if we just did that one day? And the media reported Trump is following the rules. Wonder what would happen. Trump was following. Let me see if I have any more, because as soon as I get done with this one, we're going to explain this very simple, okay? And that might be the last. Let me just scroll through here. Just a second. Asylum. Get to gun control in just a minute. All right, so here's what it is. Trump's sending them back. If they come to our border, we're going to make this real simple. Trump is sending them back if they come to our border, right, and seek asylum, but they did not seek asylum anywhere else. And I'll tell you what that is. So in Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvadorans, right, they all get together there, and then, George Soros sends the money down, and they all get a caravan and say, hey, let's caravan. You guys want a caravan this weekend? Right across Mexico to the border, okay? Now, the first country they come to is Mexico. So, if they will seek asylum in Mexico, and Mexico turns them down. Now, when I say what is asylum, all right, there's actually some reason and good reason why some of these people are fleeing their country. Dictators or murderous dictators, starvation, no education, no work, kids being drugged into gangs at 10 years old, and their families told they'll murder the entire family if the kids don't work for them, drug cartels. I get it. There's a whole list, okay? Now, asylum is something, and not to, I know everybody's going to correct me out there, but asylum is something you seek. You're running, okay? So just think of it that you're at the house and somebody's trying to kill you, trying to do something to you. You're running and you find the police station front door. These are like Friday the 13th movies. Those kids that never knew it was coming. Never knew. Oh my God, I never would have thought that somebody would come kill us. Anyhow, so you run to the police station, you open the door, and you get in there and you feel safe. Okay, you have found a safe haven, a safe place. You feel that the person that is chasing you, kill you or whatever, cannot get to you any longer, and you feel your life now is safe and you can live the next day. Now, that may be a very poor explanation, but the bottom line, you have some of these people, okay, are actually leaving because of persecution, and they want a safe place to raise their kids, and they don't want their 10-year-old son in the cartel. I get it, okay? I don't want to gloss over there is some actual real reasons some of these people come to this country. And they just want to work, make a living, and raise their children and see if they can get an education. That's a small percent, because a lot of them know that we in America have these great giveaway programs like Blue Light Special. America's like a Blue Light Special running 24 hours a day. That being said, I got to quit saying that. I got to come up with something else. But anyhow, if they caravan through Mexico and they get to the border in the United States, and our border agents say, do you have your paperwork, I guess, from Mexico? No. Did you apply for asylum in Mexico? Because you got to Mexico first. I mean, somewhat safe. They got jobs. They got all our damn jobs. They got all our damn car factories, right? Why didn't you stay there? No, I didn't want to stay there. Oh, so you're leaving to find safety for your family. You're going into a country that you possibly could find that safety. You're going into a country that they speak the language, But you're going to bypass all the way through to get to our country. Why? Because Mexico doesn't give any welfare. Mexico is not ready to provide you medical, free medical care, health care. Mexico is not ready to provide you a free school. Mexico is not ready to provide you a free housing. What? Is that the long list? Is that why you bypass Mexico? Because if you stop and seek asylum in Mexico, they may say, hey, you got to go to school, but you have to pay to go to school. I don't know. You have to go to work. You got to go to work. We don't have government apartments everywhere you look just to slap up in there and get, welfare and everything. So maybe the stay is not as luxurious with all the free blue light special giveaways as the United States. No, you don't get no free health care, Jack. Okay, maybe not, right? So, you're seeking asylum in the country you choose, and that's not the rule. And Trump said, look, if you seek asylum and you have a good reason, and you seek asylum in Mexico, and they turn you down and you come up here, we're going to take it under consideration because you tried to seek asylum in Mexico and they wouldn't let you in. That's possible. Liberals went nuts. Oh my God, we should just open the floodgates and let them in, let them in, let them in. They went nuts. Trump said no. Well, Stephen Miller, the little Jewish guy that they blame everything on in the administration, but he said no. Got to seek asylum. Supreme Court of the United States upheld that, folks. It said that's correct. Now what they want to make it look like, go back to the one we just had up there, DJ, on seeking asylum, okay? Supreme Court backs asylum restrictions. And then let's go back to the one here, number 34. Nadler said lives will be lost. You know what, Nadler, if lives will be lost, maybe you should talk to Mexico and see why, if they seek asylum there, they're going to lose their life in Mexico. I mean, why put that on us? I will take a short break. We'll come back. I want to talk about vaping for a minute. And before we go there, put up number 20. Oil tycoon T. Boone Pickens died at 91. Remember that? T. Boone Pickens, number 20 there, DJ. Oil tycoon Boone's is dead at 91. I think it was 2 years ago. At like 89, he had some massive strokes, and he's been struggling ever since. So I like T. Boone Pickens. You can get into all the things you like, dislike. But I followed a lot of the stuff the guy did, watched a lot of his videos, and remember the Pickens plan, I think that's what it was, during the election. Dead at 91. Take us a break. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
The The summer truck event is here at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. So come get a payload of savings on Georgia's favorite trucks, like over $11,000 off new Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,000 off Colorado crew cabs. Every Chevy truck and SUV is discounted for this special event. Don't miss out. The summer truck event at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We met our goal. We'll leave it at that. DJ understands what I'm talking about. Put up the, you have all the ways to find us there, okay? We do have somebody on that phone line now. You know, in the past, let's talk about this just a minute. In the past, you know, I had to man that phone line. Well, now I have somebody that mans that phone line. So if you want to call, you want to send a text message, you want to get a note to me, please use that number. And that's a 24/7 news hotline number too. And there is chief@fetchernews.com. Now, come off of that and I know, get your ticker rolling. I want to talk to the audience a minute. Get that rolling. This is something, now we had some things. You know, as you can see, that is new. I mean, when we no longer are going to have just a black screen up there. Yeah, I'm just going to give you a little bit because anybody is viewer here. We're going to get the lighting correct to where I don't look like I have jaundice, all right? I get it, all right? We're going to get that. That's not the end of the world. But we're going to make sure that there's no longer an empty black box up there when I'm talking. You will always have something in there. Ways to get in touch with us, we're working at that, but DJ will make sure there's never that's never empty, right, DJ? And then I want you to look at the bottom here. We're working on a daily basis with our staff and our team. I know we had a couple days getting some bugs out of some things, but as you can see today, as smooth as it's going, and we'll continue. You can see we have a morning news that's running, and we got a big announcement coming on morning news. Live news, okay? So we've got different counties, different things going on every single, we got a phone call from the Gordon County Sheriff's Department this morning. Our staff did, and boom, we got it up here on the news ticker. So that is happening every day, and it will continue to happen. So I just wanted to highlight that and some of the things we've been working on this week. There's going to be, every week there's going to be bigger changes taking place for the production. So that being said, now here's where I've got a question, okay? And, you know, we got the live and let live, all right? Do what you want to do. It's your thing. I want to do this briefly, but I want to do this segment for a reason because I want to know government involvement, government intervention, regulation. I can't stand any of that, okay? I can't stand regulations, but I agree when I go to the grocery store, there should be some, right? Go to number 8. We'll just leave this in the box for a minute. We'll talk about some other things, okay? So I do not like regulations. I don't like government involvement. I don't like government knocking on the door here to help me. I will tell you, for the most part, I'm really not a big fan of the government telling me how they're going to keep me safe. Leave that alone. But when I go to the grocery store, yes, I want something to say that once I wheel around through there and I go and I fry up whatever it is I buy, the slab of dead meat in the store, that I'm not going to die the next day. We all want that, right? We all want to make sure when we open a can of something off the shelf that the preservatives that keep it fresh for 8 years is not going to harm me the next day. All right, we get it. So some regulations, some consumer protection. All right, I cringe at that because we let it get out of hand. So we should be able to say regulations and consumer protections without cringing because it got out of hand with the government. But Trump moves to curb flavored e-cigarettes. Here's CNN this morning. And here's number 9. Trump moves to curb flavored e-cigarettes. Okay. Let's go to, I've got a couple more we're going to do here. Let's go to, this is yesterday, White House moves number 13. White House moves to ban flavored e-cigarettes. Candy fruit flavors have contributed to spread youth vaping. Now, years ago, okay, let's get into BKP's opinion. Not that the whole damn show isn't my opinion, but let's get a little deeper into my opinion. So, I don't want to knock Small Business USA. And I don't want to knock vape shops, okay? I don't want to knock them, all right? So, when vape shops, let's throw it out here, damn it, we're just going to put it all on the table. When they first started, boom, vape shops. We had a discussion here at the headquarters on the floor. We went up to the 14th floor, went into the conference room, big long conference room, and we went up there and we got all of our 22 executives together, really, right? But anyhow, we had a discussion amongst ourselves. Are we open to accepting advertising? Because we're a business, right? We got to pay the bills. Somebody's got to pay the damn bills around here. So we're looking, right? Should we accept advertising from these vape shops? Well, like, I don't know. I mean, should we? So I said, okay, let me go and look at a couple of them. So I picked out a couple in the local North Georgia area, and I went in and I asked the heavily tattooed young men behind the counter. Listen, that wasn't a stereotype. I'm not judging, okay? I promise I'm not. But I went in 2, and those are the 2 guys. So I went into the vape shop with the bald guy heavily tattooed, and I said, hey, tell me a little bit about this stuff. This years ago. So he says, well, you huff and you puff, and I got over here, I got 97 different flavors. I'm looking, I said, bubblegum. Jolly Rancher. Now, I may have that wrong, so I don't want the Jolly Rancher people to sue me, but I'm just saying, okay? Hard candy, cherry, tart. What the hell? Well, that wall has no nicotine, and that wall has nicotine. Okay. Who's regulating this? Who is saying that you can't buy a 50-gallon drum of this poison that they are putting out and take little bottles and pump it in there, roll your little sticker on there, and put it on the shelf? I don't know. So I just thought something's not right here with this. I'm not knocking. I get out of the way. I'm not being middle of the road. I personally walked out of the vape shop and said, there's something about this, man. Now, this is several years ago, and I said, you know what? I said, you know what? I just don't like it. This is going to turn out bad, is my feeling. So, in the last 3 years in North Georgia, vaping has become, and it's nationally, Vaping has become such a problem. We have a district attorney in the Appalachian Judicial Circuit that has done, and the sheriff of each county has done programs about vaping. We have had ambulance to our Fannin, our Gilmer, our Pickens County, other schools in the area. Don't want to just start running them off and make a mistake. We've had kids hospitalized in our area. This is a major problem. So it's gotten worse. So now Juul is the company. Let me see here. White House to ban flavored cigarettes. Candy and fruit flavors are contributing to spread the... so let's go to number 14 really quick. This is Alex Azar, right? Secretary of Health and Human Services. White House bans flavored cigarettes. Now, this is CNN, so I hate to use their data like I'm supporting CNN, but here's number 15. Cases of lung illness to vaping, 450 possible cases in 34 states, 1 U.S. territory. White House moves to ban flavored e-cigarettes. Now, they're lung illnesses, all right? So there's reports that there's these concoctions mixed, and they'll collapse your lungs. There's reports that they're putting liquid marijuana, bubblegum flavor, and nicotine in the same bottle. Just a flat poison. You're going... So, let me see what I got here. I think I have one more I want to go with before I finish this little segment here. Thought I have another, but if I don't, we'll just leave that one up there for a minute till I do. Talking about vaping, I want to make sure that I got all my little vaping picks. Okay, that might be it. Anyhow, what do you think? Because I think I don't want to come out on a live broadcast to say that I'm okay with regulations. I'm very cautious with I'm okay with regulations. Okay, so I gotta be careful with that. I'm cautious on government regulations, government controls, but then I have consumer protections. So one, it's our kids, and I don't think we should get into the same crisis we have with opiates. One, it's our kids. Two, we need to stop whatever it is, my thought, and we need to make sure that when you walk in one of these vape shops, okay, they're just, to me, they're 2018 head shops. I'm not saying they sell bongs and bowls, and maybe they do. Maybe they sell rolling paper. I don't know. Maybe they sell a hookah. I don't know. How do I know what a hookah is? Damn, I need to move on. Maybe they do. But maybe these shops should have to buy from a product that is FDA inspected or something, or a product that comes from a reputable company that you're not mixing in the back, that's putting your own label on. I don't know. Okay? But now the problem I have with this is the next step is the tax. So every state gets a tax on it, so you can pay for the inspectors for consumer protection to make sure that your kid's getting a good bubblegum vape when they do vape. I don't know. Hey, let's take a quick break. I want to know from you, what do you think? Do you agree or disagree? But I think we need to do something on the vaping. I want to thank the President of the United States for having the nerve to take it on. And Juul, I understand you have your freedom to go and fight this as a business. Let's come back in just a minute, take a short break. We're going to do a short one, and let's talk about gun legislation and maybe a couple other things. And let me check the bottom of the hour, see if there's anything breaking out there. Take us to break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now down there on the bottom there, 706-889-9700. That is our 24-hour news hotline. That is the show phone, and it is manned now. I used to keep it over here trying to balance it, so we do have somebody watching that at all times. You want to send a text message, you want to call, we have somebody that will answer that phone if you called right now. What's your message? And then we will start really pushing, trying to get some callers involved in the next weeks to come. All right, so let me go back. I want to look at the headlines real quick. Now, see, I just jumped. Around 9:30, I like to jump on some of the web pages. From the Hill this morning, Trump's sinking poll numbers embolden Democrats to play hardball. I told you that this morning. It's going to be on gun control. We're going to talk about it here in a second. I told you this morning. Right? 39% approval rating. You go on Facebook. Trump is supported by 88% of Republicans. Oh, that's half true. They're kicking him from everywhere you go. So the Democrats are emboldened by poll numbers? No. They're emboldened by the deep state corrupt corporate media that has everything going, and the tech guys there like Facebook that are all on board, right? Okay, so let's go with that one. And then the other one there I want to go to because I want to get to something else. Supreme Court allows full enforcement of Trump asylum rules. They're not Trump asylum rules. They're the rules that we have in place that are not wrong. We're enforcing rules. Anyhow, okay. Now, buying votes. I don't want you to get upset here because this is straight vote buying. But if you don't think Republicans buy votes, I don't know what to do with you. I can tell you every time. Now, you can get mad. So there's like times where you're like, you know, BKP, why do you have to say that? You don't need to say that. It wasn't necessary. Was it necessary to say that? What'd you stop? I'm going to tell you what I will say. Brian Kemp, governor of Georgia, bought votes with his school teacher raise. You say, I like the governor, but he bought school teacher votes by throwing out there a $5,000 a year raise, and now he's going to get the other two. He gave him 3, he's going to get him the other 2. Boom, buying votes. Boom, boom. Warren unveils Social Security plan that raises benefits by $200 a month. Boom, buying votes. I mean, Granny's sitting there. She's 78. Grandpa couldn't make it past 72. She's all alone. She could use a couple extra $200. Boom. Those Social Security checks. Woo, that's vote buying, vote buying. Government Social Security checks. Interesting. Where's my money? They're just giving me $200 back that they wasn't giving me. All the argument there, but she unveils an extra $200 a month. My God, you can get your hair done and you can change around the shopping list. So, let's end today with this. Give me, I don't know if I have, I think I might, okay. Let's see if I have anything on the old picture front here. Okay, now here is a judicial nominee from yesterday. Let's go with number 32, okay. Stephen Menashe. How did you say that? Menashe. Stephen Menashe. Huh. He is a appointee to the U.S. Court of Appeals nominee. Now, he looks like he's got some senators giving him hell. So yesterday, Steve Menashe is in confirmation. Now, I want to ask you something. I mean, we talk about dirty, dirty media and senators every day. When is the last time the news led, okay, with one of Trump's appointees to the court? Kavanaugh? After that, have you seen a top story? Let's go to number 31. 1. Okay, number 31. Trump's judicial pick frustrates senators by refusing to answer questions about time in Trump White House. Now, why is it interesting that yesterday of all days they find this lower level appointee where the rest of the appeals courts or whatever the courts are, where the rest of them, they're just sailing through, they're not making headlines. They're on page 6 and 7 of the newspaper, they're not making headlines. MSNBC is not going after it. Why? Let's go to number 30. All right, there's Dick-ass Durbin. So Trump's judicial pick frustrates senators by refusing to answer questions about the time in the Trump White House. So little Dickie Durbin there, you know, I'm frustrated, you're frustrating me. Answer the question. When is the last time on, now this is not Brett Kavanaugh, so let me go here, and now I want to put this up and I want to leave it. 32. Stephen Menashe, U.S. Court of Appeals nominee. Now today, they are attacking this guy. The whole group. Let me read something to you. Okay? I got it here. This came out, this is on 9/7/19. Let's see, that's not long ago, is it? 5 days? Do the math. From the Hill, Trump stacking lower courts. President Donald Trump and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell are together carving out a lasting judicial legacy, one of enormous implications for reproductive health and rights. 13 right-wing judicial nominees were hastily confirmed before the Senate August recess. And Trump nominee 12 more this week. 12 more this week. Well, that's this week, huh? To confirm when Congress returns Monday. They're whisking them right through and nobody's talking about it. Do they have to look like at least they're putting up a fuss? Big Law Business, this is from Big Law Business, and this happens to be September 11th. Oh, that was yesterday. Trump reaches 150 judicial appointees as Senate resumes push. So why right now start picking this guy apart? Lower court. They've already put 150 judicial appointments as Senate resumes. Senate approves 6 more nominees to district court. President Donald J. Trump has reached the 150 judicial appointments as the Senate cleared 6 more on Wednesday. That was yesterday, right? Including 2 that were first nominated by Barack Obama. Senator Lindsey Graham, this is a historic milestone. Judiciary Chairman Lindsey Graham said in the statement following the final floor vote in the last judicial string, these conservative judicial appointments will impact our nation for years to come. Interesting. This is a record. Why are they not talking about it that way? Why is Stephen, say his name again, Menashe, why is he the one that they're really grilling right now? And here's one from NPR that I like, and we got to close up this. Trump's, and this goes back to August 5th, but I still wanted to bring it up because I was going through the little judge thing here. 150. Trump has 100. They will not highlight that. Trump's impact on federal courts. This is from NPR on August 5th. Judicial nominees by the number. President Trump can be the master of distraction, but when it comes to judges, his administration has demonstrated steely discipline. So why would he have discipline over this, huh? In 2.5 years that Trump has been in office, his administration has appointed nearly 1 in 4 of the nation's federal appeals court judges and 1 in 7 of the district court judges. NPR, right? And NPR is also, let's see, I forget what the other story was. I think NPR also said, where's it at? Mostly white. As you look at it, let's see, I have it here, Republicans. And here it is. Trump's judicial, this is NPR, this is, Trump's judicial nominees, overwhelmingly white males. More than halfway through his first term, President Trump is making good on his promise to reshape federal judiciary by gender, 78% men, by race, 87% white. So there you go. That's all. That's all the, here comes the judge, People's Court. President, 150, breaking a record, conservative courts, and this is the attack smear you get. Yeah, that's it. All right, now I've got one more I want to, let me roll through what I don't have. All right, let's go to number 6. All right, we want to get this done. Business leaders to call on Congress to act on gun violence. New York Times. Doing nothing about Americans' gun violence crisis. Guns are not violent. Damn it, they're not. There's not a violence crisis with a gun that we have in America. Period. Doing nothing about America's gun violence crisis is simply unacceptable. The head of 145 companies tells senators in a letter. So leave this up here for a minute. I want to look. I had it here a minute ago. Hang tight. Why? How I lost this? There it is. So the New York Times has printed a letter that's sent today, number 12. Not number 12, say there. I'm sorry, September 12th. Dear members of the Senate, our hearts are with the victims, their families and loved ones, and all those affected by the tragic shooting in El Paso and West Texas and Dayton, Ohio. These families became members of a club that no one wants to join. The millions of Americans whose lives have been forever altered by gun violence. Now let me tell you what happens. You have groups, okay? See, like, I can't get into this. Al Sharpton has a group, right? And they will solve, like, you remember the EPA would come up with really massive fines, okay? And then they come in your office and they start alleviating the fines. If you decided you'd send this charitable, the Rainbow Coalition this much money and the NAACP this much money, and they would bring the fines down. This is exactly what this letter is, okay? Is you have Moms Against Guns, gun violence. You have Small Town America Against. You have Michael Bloomberg's group. You have these gun advocacy groups that want to take them away, and they're going to all these corporations and they're saying, "Look, we won't attack you, we won't boycott you, we won't smear you on social media, but you got to pay us off." That's all this is. They got it. Publix come out yesterday with a statement saying to their shoppers, "Please don't open carry your weapon in the store." Right? Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart. So this letter goes on. That's why we urge, here is the point they say, that's why we urge the Senate to stand with America public and take action on gun safety by passing a bill to require background checks on all gun sales and a strong red flag law that would allow courts to issue life-saving extreme risk protection orders. Hey, listen, you're going to have your card-carrying sanity card-carrying member. It's good for 2 years. You can lose your damn mind at any minute. So you're going to have a card. You're going to go to a shrink. You're going to pay the $125. You're going to get a sanity card. It says, okay, I think the guy can have a gun. All right. And the shrink's going to have amazing malpractice insurance because 10 years later it's going to be, hey, did this shrink tell you that this guy was okay? Call us today at this law office because we're going to get you money. Anyhow, 2 years later, you got to go get your shrink update card, right? I'm telling you right now. So anyhow, these corporations in this letter, they just sent this letter to them, and you've got, banks, Bain Capital, Credit Karma, Dick's Sporting Good, DoorDash, Echo Lab, Eventbrite, right? The Gap. Let's see, Group 9 Media. You go down through here, you got Horizon Media. Let's see, Levi's, 501 Jeans. You got these right here, and they're over 500. They're Uber. And then they have organizations with less than 500. And they got this massive list. And what this list really is what they've done is they've said, hey, you know what? We will not boycott you, attack you. We will leave you alone as long as you sign your name on this list. And that's the bottom line of what that is. 150 companies. Let me say this. Let me get to something else I want to get to here before we fly out the door here. I got it here. Hold on there, Baba Louie. I'll do the kathunking around here. Let's see. I had something else on the guns. I know I did. And I want to get it. Okay, number 38. I didn't want to leave without this. Number 38. Trump expected to make decision on gun control measure as soon as this week. Number 39. Toomey and Joe Manchin, senators make last-ditch plea to Trump on guns. Okay? So I'm just telling you right now, this week we're going to see what happens. The letter is 100. See, the letter has 150 companies, but what they've done is they said, you know what? We will not boycott you. We will not shake you down. Let's see, I got one other thing I want to make sure I get to before we close, because I've got only 1 minute left here, or 2 minutes. Let's go to, they're voting on the impeachment parameters. Okay, so let me get this. Impeachment parameters. Number 24. House panel to vote on impeachment parameters. So they're getting everything ready. They're going to vote on the parameters. Everything's going to be ready. And they're getting it ready. So this one guy, Harley Rodon of California, number 23. He says, House panel vote. He said, we've been cooking this frog for a while. It's like they, throw a frog in a boiling pot and he jumps out. Well, we put Trump frog in a pot and we've been turning up the water, the heat ever since. Number 22, this little something I want to get in here. Trump calling for negative interest rates. Number 21, UK Prime Minister has been accused of lying to the Queen. Oh, how dare you! Yeah, man, he's getting the Trump treatment. Trump treatment, that's what you call it, Trump treatment. Number 19, Michael Cohen interviewed behind bars. Prosecutors investigating whether Trump Organization falsified records. Well, yes, we told the insurance company that statue was worth, what do you think that statue is worth? $500,000? Up at the 8. Put it down, put it on the inventory at 8. Oh my God! Wonder how many Americans understand that, right? And let me say this, we'll end with this right here. America, the Democrats say we're going to do everything we can because we're emboldened, and that's why every day things like number 7, Trump's approval rating dips to 39. And if yesterday you were hashtagging never forget, I'm good with that. And if today you've heard on the news the Libyan model and John Bolton, and you don't understand how that relates to the little rocket man, the little short guy over in North Korea, then look at number 1 here, okay? These are the 4 dead Americans, okay, in the Libyan model. Here's the dictator, number 4, Gaddafi, that made a deal with America. And here's number 5, when Gaddafi was drugged through the street. So Rocket Man didn't like Bolton's plan that, although Bolton didn't have nothing with Benghazi, we gave that to Hillary and Susan Rice. Because, see, one thing the people around these dictators know is they're there for life or till somebody poisons them. Simple. They're there for life or they get poisoned. Second, these dictators know is, hey, when Trump leaves, it don't mean the next guy ain't going to appoint somebody that's going to kill my ass and drag me down the street. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to be out here, but I want to tell you tomorrow we're going to be at Sycamore Crossing. Sycamore Crossing, downtown Blue Ridge. 8 a.m. We will see you then. Take us out. Great show.